Before ball players have a chance to throw on a prep uniform, before the high school fields are chalked and raked, long before any kid with seam dreams has a chance to compete for an Adams, a Clay, a Riley, a Washington, he or she must begin at the most basic level of the game. A ball, a tee, a bunch of cloud-gazing, daisy-pulling little kids in the field, all sprinting toward the ball, dogpiling, repeating the process for each and every batter. Because for baseball and softballers across South Bend, the Hoosier State, and America overall, Little League is where the love affair begins. It's where the most skilled of high schoolers learn the basics and cultivate their talents to become the players they are today.
Little League definitely helped in my development. I mean, I learned a lot from my coaches at that age. I learned how to hit the ball pretty well. I fielded, and I had good coaches who taught me the proper way and mechanics to play the game.
In South Bend, Little Leagues across the city, from Southeast to Chet Wagner to Warren, had their opening days on May 3rd, the beginning to yet another season of ball in which the groundwork is laid for the careers of many promising ball players such as Jesse Stiers, who began his journey with Eastside Little League.
When you're a little kid, it's the most important time to get those fundamentals because they'll carry with you the rest of your, travel ball and high school when you start playing. And it's just, if you don't develop them young, it's hard to change them when you get older, because once you change something when you get older, you start going back to the things you were taught when you were little, the fundamentals you were built with when you were little. So if they get fixed at the early age, or if you learn them the right way at an early age, they'll stick with you the rest of your baseball career, and that's important.
Little League, which begins with T-ball and progresses through coach or machine pitch all the way up to the majors division, has long been the cornerstone of a successful ball player. Unlike other sports such as football and basketball, which can be more easily picked up later in life, baseball and softball are lifetime pursuits that the best players begin at an early age.
You do get kids, once they get to high school and middle school, who really haven't played that much baseball. And the importance of the Little Leagues is you can start when you're younger than 8 years old, obviously, and you can play all the way up through middle school and into high school. And the more reps you get, the more games you play, the better you're going to be once you get to high school. It's a very rare person, especially these days, that someone can come straight into high school having not played baseball at all and be able to contribute on a high school baseball team.
But as Southeast Vice President of Major Girls Pete Keenan explains, no Little League would have a chance at thriving, and thus no player would have a chance at fertilizing his or her talents without the all-important community factor. From volunteer coaches to concession stand workers, Little League gives credence to the ages-old idiom, "It takes a village to raise a child," or, in this case, a ball player.
I mean, this is a nonprofit organization. I mean, nobody gets paid here, so if it wasn't for the volunteers dedicating their time and service, what they call it, time, talent, and treasure, I mean, some people will donate a few dollars into the park. We do have one big fundraiser every year called the Slug Fest that brings in money. But it's parents that are out here during the week and on weekends, cutting grass, weeding, dragging the fields, painting dugouts, replacing dugouts. Just over there on the major field, we just had a volunteer to help us put in brand new wooden benches. I mean, it's amazing how some people just step up with whatever talent they may have, whether it's a carpenter or electrician or a plumber that comes out and donates their time and sometimes material to get this park up and running.
And for those who clamor other youth sports leagues, such as Pee Wee football, have the same effect, 'tis not so. For the ethereal nature of Little League, from T-ball all the way to the nationally televised World Series games, simply can't be matched.
It's something that you'll never be able to achieve even in travel ball, Catholic ball, public school ball. Little League has been around for, God, I don't know how long. You know, it comes out of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's an experience these kids will never see anywhere else.
And as long as that ethereal nature continues to exist, as long as the sublime continues to smother every pitch, every kid waiting to hit in the on-deck circle, Little League will remain a staple of the quintessential American childhood.
You know, if you look around, you know, you see the atmosphere, you see all the kids excited. I think it gets the parents excited. It keeps people coming back every year.
This has been Kyle Newman, the Varsity Sports Network.